what does WINX mean?
Everything. Just winks.
It's more terrifying than that film I watched in health class.
My eyes! They burn! If you think that the reboot couldn't get any worse, survey says...
Yes, it can always get worse.
Hey Starlets, Prisma here, and where do I even begin with this? You know, before the event, I was just chilling, procrastinating with watching reels about random memes, reels about K-pop demon hunters. Man, I need to watch the movie without going to watch that streaming service.
That name!
And thinking about ideas for future drawings and such. Then I decided to hop into a voice chat on Discord hosted by WINX Club Newsflash, shout out to the goats by the way, for a reaction of the final trailer for the WINX reboot. And when it finally dropped...
Good God, the mountain! Get away! Pull your face!
Bad jokes aside, there's a lot to say about it, so let's split this up into 3 sections and start with the positives. Look, I am known for being an extremely cynical and pessimistic twat when it comes to the reboot for various reasons, which we'll get to that. And I'm not like those reboots are always bad or ruined my childhood people online. Since I'm pretty sure there are some good reboots, revivals, and continuations we got in the last few years. Like we got reboots like She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, DuckTales 2017, the Looney Tunes Show 2011, Thundercats 2011, and revivals like the new Phineas and Ferb, Johnny Test 2021, which is actually a revival and not a reboot as many people assumed, and many more. What I'm saying is that while I'm not a fan of the reboot, and I'm definitely not glazing the hell out of it, there are a few good things to talk about though. First off, there was that scene I generally found funny, and it's that when Bloom's hand accidentally catches fire and she puts it into a cup of water. Mostly because it reminds me of that classic running gag from iCarly, where anything Spencer touches, it catches fire.
Lubed up the wheels and then...
Another neat thing is the inclusion of a female specialist. Okay, technically that concept was first introduced in Fate the WINX saga with the character Cat, but I'm not touching that train wreck of a series with a 10,000 meter pole.
Ew!
We don't know her name, but she looks quite cute. Perhaps with the addition of a female specialist, maybe we can see male fairies in a reboot. What else? Some shots look pretty, like Bloom sitting in a dome during a thunderstorm, and yeah, I can't think of anything positive about the look. As you can see from the title and the opening clip from earlier, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of negative observations and points about the trailer and the WINX reboot in general. Without further ado, let's get this over with. Yeah, this is the vibe for the majority of the video, so stay with me. First off, the fact that there are so many unfinished scenes stapled together, which means there are a shit ton of animation errors. An example for that is the damn mesh on Bloom's shirt in some scenes. It looks so stretched out on the back. Look, I'm no fashion expert or even an expert in making clothes, but I'm pretty sure that's not how fishnet mesh works. Second, in another scene where the WINX are flying above the waters, you can see Bloom's weird skirt just disappear. But then again, what do you expect from the same company who didn't even bother with giving Aisha eyebrows in the first movie?
What the fuck?!
Next up, the final trailer introduced us to 2 new characters which... oh boy, where do I even start? How about we start with this guy over here? Yeah, that one. Okay, so this dude is named Damien, and according to some sources and talks with other WINXers, he's supposed to be Bloom's brother. I don't know, and I'm not gonna bother fact-checking. First off, he looks so uncanny yet generic at the same time, but then again, so does every character in this reboot. I wonder why. Also, why is his head shaped like a sharpened pencil? His design, straight out of a generic JRPG game, like he just screams Final Fantasy. Next up, we have the new villain whom the tricks are working for. His name is Vexius, or as I want to call him, Off-Brand Virgil. Yeah, it's lame that the tricks are working for someone yet again. I mean, it's okay the first 2 times with Lord Darkor and Valtor. Tritennis, maybe. But after that, it was starting to get really laughable and unnecessary, to the point of them working with Valtor again in Season 8. Although, ironically, if you have to be technical about it, the tricks were working with the Ancestral Witches, albeit as a way to complete an unfinished mission. The voice direction is okay-ish.
This is your fault.
Hey, easy on my friend.
Actually, no, it's just bad. Everyone sounds so soulless and boring, it could make anyone fall asleep.
Why don't you just put a pillow in the box so they can take a nap?
Almost as if those were made by AI. Look, even though I am slowly starting in voice acting, I know one important rule about the process. A good voice direction equals good voice acting. Unfortunately, from the final trailer and the reels they posted on their socials, the WINX reboot completely misses the mark. If this is the direction they're going for the final version, then we have a fucking problem, mate. Later, before the end of the trailer, we finally see the reveal of Daphne and... oof, those eyes.
And stop staring at me with them big old eyes.
And finally, back to the animation. The movement is so damn stiff! I know animation is pretty hard, including CGI, but jeez, did the budget run out from the marketing and events? One notable example is with the girls doing the magic WINX pose. No dynamic posing, no emotion, just 6 robots attempting to do the iconic pose, but their joints are quite rusty. I could complain about the reboot a lot more, but that would make the video itself 3 hours long. Overall, the trailer has left me with a really bad impression that everything aside from the animation and voice acting were made by... AI. Yes, we're really addressing the elephant in the room. It's about the usage of AI during the production. And by usage, I mean they completely milk that shit to God knows how much because the executives are such lazy and greasy shitters who never cared about creativity and only focus on the fucking cash! I'm so sorry, Starlets. Any mention of AI would automatically piss me off. And also, I recorded that previous line during midnight, so I apologize for the subpar performance. Anyways, as an artist and writer, this whole scandal is not only infuriating, but also heartbreaking. The fact that one of my childhood shows resorts to AI for its comeback is so sad. And before you ask how bad generative AI is, I'll just make it short and simple. It damages the environment, steals from artists, writers, animators, and musicians, basically from any creative field ever, and creates slop. The fact that it's getting normalized makes me feel worried about the future in general. It's so scary. For a more detailed essay, I recommend to watch these 2 videos for education, one from Unicorn of War and the other from The Virtual Celebrity. But for now, I need to stop talking about AI before I get a damn aneurysm. So, what are my final thoughts? Well, given with how many mistakes Rainbow has given us in the last few years, and this being no exception, I am certainly not hyped for the reboot. It also didn't help that the budget was apparently slashed and halved, at least according to Reddit. In conclusion, I'll just skip the reboot altogether. I might catch in some watch parties, but don't expect a positive review from me. Now would you excuse me, I'm gonna return to watch some good old Johnny Test and the Penguins of Madagascar. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more magical videos. Stay radiant and sparkle on!